All right, all right, all right. I hope everyone can hear me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is time for the vlog once again. Episode 17. We are just getting ready. We had some stuff we had to take care of, so we didn't get to start exactly on time at 1 o'clock, but that's okay because here we are. Welcome. Thank you so much for watching. I am your host, Sam DJ Lumberjack, and this is my company, Viral Media Network. ViralMediaNetwork.com. At viralmedia.network is the Instagram, and search us on Facebook. Find us on Facebook. Follow us, like, subscribe, and share. Viral Media Network. And oh my gosh, what is going on today? It is Thursday, April 9th. And it's almost Friday. We've been doing this for 4 weeks. We're going to wrap up the month in style tomorrow. We thank everyone for watching, for tuning in. And if you're not sure who I am or why we're doing this, my name is Sam, as I said, DJ Lumberjack. And I was working freelance in the sports broadcasting industry, mainly as an A2, sometimes as a camera person, and all the work stopped. And I ran Viral Media Network on the side, and so now we're in shelter in place. We can't go anywhere, and here I am at home. So I thought I'd do a daily vlog about what's going on and what this all means to me and ways that I'm doing stuff with my family to stay healthy, to stay sane, to stay active. And if you can hear any in the background, they're doing construction outside. So I'm going to get to them in a second because we always shout out our essential workers. And if you just give me a sec, I'm going to quickly promote this link on Facebook. Here, you can see me jump to Facebook. Boom, look at that. And we're live. I think I need a new bat. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Boom. Get back to it. So, yeah, that's kind of been distracting me getting ready because I was running late as well already. But anyways, oh, don't want that. It's a pop-up. See, I think that might be some of the reason my computer's running a little slow. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about. But basically, oh, don't want that to distract you. That's for something later. But basically, this is a daily vlog to talk about things that are going on, talk about developments from our company, show you things that are going on with us, highlight other YouTube channels, share some interesting recipes that are good and yummy, and some podcasts to listen to, a book to read, and some music to listen to. So let's start. First, we always shout out our essential workers. So we want to thank them because they are the best. Hospital workers, doctors, nurses, who else? Well, as I always say, it's not just the people working at the hospital. Of course, they're at the front lines. They're helping us during this crazy coronavirus time. And treating patients. And I don't want to get too down on that stuff. Oh, my mouse sure is sticking. So I think I'm just running a lot of programs. So sometimes my mouse glitches up. So that's why I'm kind of pausing sometimes. It can be tricky sometimes when you're going live and you're running multiple programs. So now I just lost my mouse. Where did my mouse go? There it is. Okay. Just want to fade that in. Essential workers. So all the people at the hospital doing their thing, we really appreciate what you do. But again, I always say delivery workers, Amazon drivers, postal workers, UPS drivers, delivery workers, Amazon delivery people, all that stuff. People that are working in the food industry that have to work, especially if you're in the fields growing and picking, fruit and vegetables and produce. You can't necessarily take a day off. You don't have a pension or anything, or paid time off or anything like that. So thank you, essential workers. We always want to shout them out first. So that's where we start off the show. The second topic, again, my mouse just goes phooey. Here, let me do this. Boom. Yeah, that's actually what I want to do. That's going to be easier. So the second topic we have for the day is the environment is cleaner, and it's something that we're pretty excited about. I saw an article that said that for the first time, the Himalayan mountains can be seen from India, which hasn't happened in a number of years because of all the pollution. So obviously, there's been some reports here in the States that like places like LA, New York, obviously here in the Bay we get smog. But specifically, the article that made me want to talk about this is I think it's from Mumbai. I'm not exactly sure the city offhand, but these are the kind of things we think of as the benefits of what's going on, because obviously, the pandemic is horrible. The coronavirus is spreading. They don't have a cure for it yet, and a lot of people are dying from it. But with everyone sheltering in place, we have benefits like this, like the environment getting better. So I think that's worth noting. And yeah, I'm curious to know what you guys think. I'm curious to know, is that how the world works? When something horrible goes wrong, there's always something better that comes out of it, that it sort of leads to certain good things. So I'm not sure. It's just an interesting thing. I like it. I know I'm driving less. I know a lot of people are driving less. So tell me what you think about that. The environment, is getting cleaner. There's less emissions out there. So I took the bug away. Excuse me. So yeah, tell me what you think about that. The third topic we want to talk about is I talk a lot about cooking on this show, and trying to make good meals and really healthy stuff. And now's your chance, because you have the time at home to cook every meal. Well, it can be daunting to make every meal just like the best meal you can, and oh, I'm gonna be so gourmet with it. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Sometimes when you're doing a live stream, you gotta sneeze, and I know I'm supposed to go into the elbow, but since I'm the only one up here, we're safe. And also, if I were to do that, I would get it all in my. I don't want to do that. This blocks it, and so, anyways, yeah, cooking every meal does not have to be gourmet. Cooking every meal does not have to be fantastic. You should strive to be healthy. You should strive to make everything slow cooked and things like this. But just know that, you know, it's okay to make a frozen pizza every now and again. It's okay to take some leftovers and just kind of make a hodgepodge meal. Most of us haven't been making this many every single meal. We eat out at lunch a lot if we're working out. But yeah, I just that was another thing I wanted to bring up. And we talk about recipes on the show and some certain things that we do, and growing in the garden, which I think is a great thing, if you can. And even indoors, you can do indoor gardens. But just know that cooking every meal is tough, and it's tough to do that all the time and be, knock it out of the park every time. So just give yourself a break, and be cool with what you do. So let's move on here. I forget if we have another. I think we have another topic coming up. If not, we'll move on to the kind act of the day, because I forgot to mention it yesterday, so we're going to use the same one today. But first, let's see what the fourth topic is. Boom. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the open. The kind act of the day has to do with Matthew McConaughey, and it's a little old news, but like I said, I wanted to cover the story yesterday, and I just didn't get to. So let me go to the screenshot here. That was what was up before that had all the video in the background that I switched to. Yeah, here it is, Matthew. I'm going to cut to this full screen so you guys can see it. Boom, 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 boom. Trying to be smoother with this, but then my mouse sticks, so it causes frustration. There we go. All right, so Matthew McConaughey and his whole family actually got involved as well, but they ended up playing virtual bingo with the seniors at a senior living home because everyone's got to self isolate. And it's just a nice act of kindness. This is something they're doing on. This is just some ad they're doing on the show. So sorry, I thought that video had to do with it. Oscar winner's wife. This is just from the People website. Along with two of their kids and McConaughey's mom, Kay, joined a Zoom call to play bingo with a few seniors in their home state of Texas. The Enclave at Round Rock Senior Living posted a video of the call on Facebook showing the moment McConaughey calls out a chip that leads to two potential winners. Thank you, Matthew and his wife and his mom, Kay, for hosting our residents for a few rounds of virtual bingo, the facility wrote alongside the video. Our residents had a great time playing and loved talking about Matt and his family heritage and his favorite drink. So I just think that's great. Again, that we like to share acts of kindness. Excuse me for all these ads here. Again, my mouse is sticking. There we go. It's hard to see because all you see is just a still shot, but I'm trying to scroll down to the button. Oh. That will just cut it. And I'm back. Okay, so that's our act of kindness. We want to thank Matthew McConaughey for making the world a better place. I just think we need to do more of that. We have a lot of time, so make sure to oh my goodness, stop. I'm getting a pop-up here. Yeah. Now I'm back to this. I don't want to do that. Okay, make sure to, take time when you can, and if you can, donate your time to people if you have time on your hands. I certainly want to do that. I wanted to, before the shelter in place, I wanted to help out a lot more at the Alameda Food Bank, and so I don't know if they're still allowing you to do that if you're covered, but I'm gonna look into that. But we like to share acts of kindness on this show, and Matthew McConaughey is a great example of that. So I wonder what the tomorrow's will be. But until then, we'll move on. So we want to highlight some YouTube channels. But first, I want to tease. There's a recipe of the day. Let me share the recipe of the day. The recipe of the day is really simple today because I couldn't think of anything else. But it's called. I call it bunnies in the hole. Some might call it toads in the hole. I was looking it up, and as far as a recipe, and the only recipes I could find were this British version that's a little different with pastry. But what my parents did, what I learned from my parents, is you basically just take a piece of sliced bread, and you can use like a small bowl or just a knife. Simply cut a circle out of the middle of the sliced bread. And you put that on a frying pan on medium heat with, it's got to be well oiled. Make sure it's well oiled. But basically, what you want to do is you fry the egg inside the toast, and it just it gets all together. It's pretty simple, but it's just really fun. And you can add a slice of cheese and melt it on top. But again, that not everything has to be gourmet. It's just a simple, easy breakfast. And it's fun because the egg fuses with the bread. It just gets really yummy and toasty. It's like kind of like French bread. It's not French toast. It's kind of like French toast, but it's like having a fried egg and toast, but like it melded together. So I call it bunnies in the hole. Some people might call it toad in the hole. Um, and say la vie. I was on the phone with my friend Ramsey Anderson. He's going to be on my podcast. So the next thing I want to share is podcast stuff coming up. And again, you can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us, of course, on Facebook and YouTube. The YouTube for us, if you want to follow Viral Media Network on YouTube, you're probably watching here, but make sure you subscribe. It's Viral Media Network 415. So there it is right there. And if you want to follow us in other places, I had that graphic up earlier, but I will bring that up here in a sec. Again, I'd be smoother with this, but my mouse is sticky. Maybe I just need to add batteries to everything. I think that's what it is. I just need fresh batteries for everything. So, it goes like that sometimes. So that's how you follow us here. Here, click, there, click, click. It's not letting me click. It's getting stuck. There we go. Let's click, click. Ah! My mouse is giving me problems today. Oh my goodness. There we go. ViralMediaNetwork.com, at ViralMedia.network, or Viral Media Network on Facebook. So, anyways, the reason I bring that up is because I've been booking more interviews for our podcast, the Sam Jack Podcast. And so I was talking with Ramsey. He's ready to go. Richie Cunning, he's getting lined up. I'm going to be talking with Ryan Nicole and DJ Champagne Hughes. DJ Champagne. I'm going to interview them on Thursday for an upcoming podcast. So look for more Sam Jack Podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. You can find the video version on the Viral Media Network 415 channel or Sam Jack Podcast on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Spreaker, anywhere where you podcast. Just search the Sam Jack Podcast. And with that, let's highlight some other YouTube channels. So the first is a musician that I've worked with in the past who does some great videos. She does some tutorial videos and some kid videos. She calls it the Rockstar Guitar Academy. And I'm going to bring her up here. Oh, my mouse is giving me problems. There we go. Huh. See, it's weird. Sometimes it's just sticky, and then sometimes it's like, oh, you're great. So that's why I think. Yeah, so this is a video we did. Kitty Perm is her monicure, and Miko Tolliver is her name. And let me scroll down here so you can see that there, Miko Tolliver. This is a music video we shot together, and we did some of the special effects together. She did a lot of them. I did some editing too and shot it. So this is cool because we shot some of this in, you can see in this arcade here, High Score at Alameda. So this sort of like two alter egos. She like escapes out of the mental institution, but she also has this superhero. I don't fit into the game you need to play when you're a nobody. Instead, I am an inspirational slogan up for grabs.
Everything I do is so amazing.
So that's just a little snippet of Miko Tolliver, what she does. Make sure to follow her. She's got 300 subscribers, which is freaking awesome. This has 2,000 views. You know, it's not huge, but you know, for a small fries, it's pretty good. The next one I want to shout out is my brother. We had him on the show. Oh, where did he go? Let's see. Well, he just started a new channel. This isn't the right one, but Algebro is his personal. But he also, let's see. I wonder if he. Well, check out the math show. Let's see. Not exactly sure where that is. So, just search the math show. I will have a. Whoops. I will have a link in with it soon. Let's see. What if you did it like this? There it is. So it's the Math Show 345. See how we did it with the numbers? So I'm subscribed to it. Sorry for the. So he's already got 3 episodes up. So kudos to him. So here, let me actually change this. So he does it like this. Whoops. And then instead of an A, it's a 4. And then instead of a S in show, it's a 5. The Math Show! Exclamation point 3, 4, 5. Now is that not a yeah? So there you go. So you know some live graphic editing, but you know it's all good. And check him out. And this is what he's doing as a high school teacher. Oh, see now I'm as a high school, a middle school algebra teacher. This is what he's doing to teach his kids, and then he's got this supplements all this stuff. He has the traditional curriculum online that the kids use, and then this helps the kids. This is like supplemental work he's doing to keep them focused, to keep them entertained. So kudos to Mr. Mac, who's doing the show, the Algebra. So thank you, Algebra. We appreciate you. So make sure to check out the Math Show. The next recommendations we want to do is should we go podcast? Should we do podcast? Let's do podcast. So my homeboy Chuck Johnson, he is a media mogul. He runs a company called the UGL Underground Gaming League, and it's basically like a gaming competition. And all these links are in my description of this video, by the way. But he just recently was interviewed in 2 different podcasts. So this one is the G. Lou Show, Flashback Friday. And Chuck Johnson was former host of Soulbeat here in Oakland, Soulbeat TV, and he ran the hip hop show. So he talks about that, and so you can check that out. This is the live on the G. Lou Show. So Lewis House is the host of the show, and then the other one he did is on this show here. I believe it's called No Vultures.
I grew up like a savage. 1, 2. You
One,
now
two,
rocking with the
1,
No
2.
Vultures podcast. You got
No
me,
Vultures
myself,
podcast.
Lab. You got Corner Barber straight ahead of me.
What it do? What it do?
You got OG Clee that would be to the left of me that's out on vacation right now.
Shout out, Clay.
And today we got a very, very, very special guest. Now this man, you might see this t-shirt hanging up behind us often and wonder what is that if you ain't familiar with it and you part of our YouTube viewership and you try to figure out what is that, what's with the soul beat, or you may be family and you know what that is and you know what that represent and you know what that means.
So that's Chuck
Well, this guy
there on the left in the red
that
hat.
T-shirt is a part of his legacy, a part of his fabric, a part of the
So
fabric of Oakland,
both podcasts talk
his
about
Oakland zone,
Soul Beat and what he's doing, but I definitely recommend you checking that out. So shout out to Chuck Johnson, and those two are podcasts that I recommend specifically because they have Chuck Johnson in it, but also they're good podcasts just in their own right. So yeah, check those out. And I mentioned the recipe of the day. Today's music recommendation of the day comes from a dedicated viewer, Graham Quigley. If you're out there watching, what's up, brother? I've mentioned him before on the show. He's been watching great. He has some great suggestions. He's like, dude, Sade, man. And I love Sade. But specifically, he said this song, Cherry Pie, is just awesome. And I listened to it. And I was like, dude, this intro bass line, not only is Sade awesome, she's a beautiful singer, but this song in particular just has a great bass line intro. So let's listen to this. I'm going to cut this in full screen. Now, this is kind of an older video. It's live from San Diego, but it's still 4:3. But I'm going to go full screen anyways. Just listen to this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm. Ooh, Sade. So you get the idea. This comes from Sade herself. This is on Sade's page. So definitely check out some of her albums on iTunes or Spotify, wherever you get your music. I believe this is off the Smooth Operator album, but I can't remember offhand. So thank you, Graham, for that suggestion. And then finally, our last suggestion is a book. This is a book that and again, this link is in the description as well. This book is a book that I read a long time ago, probably about 10 years ago or so. But it's really fascinating if you really like history. This is about New York and how it was settled, or colonized, which is to say, here's the Amazon. It's like $18 on paperback. It's written by Russell Shorto, and it's basically about how the Dutch settled in Manhattan and colonized Manhattan, and how that is different. How that forgotten, quote unquote, forgotten colony, because it eventually became New York. It was once known as New Amsterdam, and then the British took it over, and then they called it New York. But because the Dutch got there first, they left their stamp on it, and that's why New York is a little different than the more stuffy New England, where the Puritans settled. And it goes into their relationship with the Native Americans that was a little bit more symbiotic, and just the history of the first mayor of New Amsterdam, this guy by the name of Stuyvesant. And if you know New York, there's a lot of stuff named after him, Stuyvesant. There's a lot of Dutch influence on the culture of New York that kind of permeates through British stuff. So that's a really good book I recommend. And that's pretty much the show for the day. Let's see how long we've gone. I think we've gone for about 30 minutes. So I think, yo, what's up, Graham? He says, what's up? We're going to end it there. And I want to end on a little lesson that I've been thinking about. I meant to let me just say what up to Graham here. What up? That so I spend time with my daughter. Either I get up with her in the morning or I take care of her after I do this show, unless Soraya, our niece, comes over to help. So shout out to Soraya for helping us out with our baby. But long story short, our baby loves to pull all the books off the shelf, and she's like, "Oh, I want to pick this book. I want to read this book." She's just turning 1 next week. Okay, so she's pretty young. She doesn't read all the books. She wants us to read it, but she doesn't pull this. She goes for the specific book, but she pulls out a bunch of books. And long story short, all the books get spread across the floor, and they just make a whole mess. And sometimes we leave it there, but I find myself picking them up a lot during the day, and uh, you know every day picking it up just for her to mess it up the next day and make a big mess, and then picking it up, and it seems pretty repetitive. But I will say that that's just a good lesson in life, is like sometimes you just got to do those daily things. It's not necessarily you're like, well, they're just going to get pulled out tomorrow first thing in the morning anyways. It still has to be done. So I just leave with that sort of thought, that some things are just find the joy is in the journey. Find pleasure in things that just happen, and you need to just continue with them and enjoy them for what they are. And I hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you tomorrow for the 18th episode. It is Sam with Viral Media Network. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Right here. ViralMediaNetwork.com, at ViralMedia.network on Instagram, Viral Media Network on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. It's been the 17th episode of the vlog. Viral Media Network, like, subscribe, share. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Thank you so much.